Hey, welcome back to AI Pulse, your go-to channel for breaking down the tech shaping our world. I'm your name, and today, we're diving into one of the hottest topics in transportation, electric vehicles, or EVs. Have you noticed more Teslas, Rivians, or electric Fords on the road lately? Or maybe you're wondering if EVs are really the future of driving or just a passing trend? Well, buckle up, because in the next 30 minutes, we're going to explain everything you need to know about the rise of electric vehicles and what they mean for the future of transportation in the US and beyond. By the end of this video, you'll understand how EVs work, why they're taking over, the challenges they face, and what the future of driving might look like. Whether you're an EV newbie or a gearhead, we've got you covered with clear explanations, jaw-dropping stats, and answers to all your burning questions. Plus, stick around for a sneak peek at what's next for transportation. Let's charge into it. First things first, what exactly is an electric vehicle? At its core, an EV is a car powered by electricity instead of gasoline or diesel. Instead of an internal combustion engine that burns fuel, EVs use electric motors powered by a rechargeable battery pack. Think of it like a giant version of the battery in your smartphone, but one that can power a car for hundreds of miles. Let's break it down. Here's how an EV works in 3 simple steps. The battery, this is the heart of the EV. It stores electricity, usually in lithium-ion cells, and can hold enough energy to drive 200 to 400 miles on a single charge, depending on the model. The electric motor, when you press the accelerator, the battery sends power to the motor, which turns the wheels. Unlike gas engines with hundreds of moving parts, electric motors are super simple, with just a few components. The charger, to refuel, you plug the EV into a charger, which pulls electricity from the grid to recharge the battery. It's like charging your phone, but for your car. Now, compare this to a traditional gas car. A gas engine burns fuel, creating explosions to move pistons, which is noisy, less efficient, and produces emissions like carbon dioxide. EVs? They're quiet, efficient, and produce zero tailpipe emissions. That's a big deal for air quality and climate change, which we'll get to later. One cool bonus. EVs have instant torque. That means when you hit the gas, the pedal, you get immediate power, making them feel zippy and fun to drive. If you've ever ridden in a Tesla, you know what I'm talking about. So, why are EVs suddenly everywhere? In 2024, EVs made up about 7% of new car sales in the US, up from just 4% in 2022. That's millions of electric cars hitting the roads, and the numbers are climbing fast. Let's unpack the 4 big reasons EVs are surging. 1. Environmental benefits. Climate change is a hot topic, and EVs are a key tool to fight it. Transportation accounts for about 28% of U.S. greenhouse gas emissions, mostly from cars and trucks. EVs produce no tailpipe emissions, and when paired with renewable energy like solar or wind, their carbon footprint shrinks even more. For eco-conscious drivers, that's a huge win. 2. Government push. The U.S. government is all in on EVs. The Biden administration set a goal for 50% of new vehicle sales to be electric by 2030. To make it happen, there are federal tax credits, up to $7,500 off an EV purchase, plus state incentives in places like California and New York. There's also billions in funding for charging stations and battery factories. 3. Better technology. EV batteries are getting cheaper and more powerful. 10 years ago, EVs were expensive and had limited range. Now, models like the Chevy Equinox EV start under $35,000 and can go 300+ miles on a charge. Plus, brands like Ford, GM, and Hyundai are rolling out EVs that look and feel like traditional cars, not just futuristic pods. 4. Consumer demand. Americans love choice, and EVs now come in all shapes and sizes: sedans, SUVs, trucks, even electric muscle cars like the Dodge Charger Daytona. Add in lower running costs, electricity is cheaper than gas, and EVs need less maintenance, and it's no wonder people are switching. Okay, let's tackle one of the biggest questions: how do you charge an EV, and is it a hassle? Charging is different from pulling into a gas station, but it's easier than you might think. Here's the rundown. There are three main types of EV charging. Level 1 charging. This uses a standard 120-volt outlet, like what you plug your phone into. It's slow, adding about 4 to 5 miles of range per hour, but great for overnight charging at home. Most EVs come with a Level 1 charger. Level 2 charging. This uses a 240-volt outlet, like for a dryer. It's much faster, adding 20 to 30 miles per hour, and it's common at homes, workplaces, and public stations. DC fast charging. These are the superchargers you see at Tesla stations or Electrify America sites. They can charge an EV to 80% in 20 to 40 minutes, perfect for road trips. Now, let's talk convenience. If you have a garage or driveway, you can install a Level 2 charger at home for $500 to $2,000. Plug in overnight, and your EV's ready to go each morning. No more gas station trips. Public chargers are growing, too. There were over 140,000 public charging ports in the US in 2024, with more added daily. But here's the catch: charging infrastructure isn't perfect. Rural areas have fewer stations, and fast chargers can get crowded. Plus, charging times depend on the car and charger. A Tesla on a supercharger is quick, but some older models take longer. Apps like PlugShare or ChargePoint help you find stations, but planning is key for long trips. EVs sound amazing, but they're not perfect. Let's be real and talk about the challenges so you know the full picture. 1. Upfront cost. Even with tax credits, EVs can be pricier than gas cars. A Tesla Model Y starts at $44,000, while a similar gas SUV might be $10,000 less. But prices are dropping, and long-term savings on fuel and maintenance help balance it out. 2. Range anxiety. This is the fear of running out of juice. Most EVs go 200 to 400 miles per charge, but cold weather or heavy AC use can cut that by 20 to 30%. For city driving, this isn't an issue, but road trips need planning. 3. Charging infrastructure. While chargers are spreading, they're not as common as gas stations. If you live in an apartment or don't have home charging, you'll rely on public stations, which can be inconvenient. 4. Battery production. EV batteries require minerals like lithium and cobalt, which are mined in ways that can harm the environment or involve ethical issues. Plus, making batteries produces emissions, though EVs still have a lower lifetime carbon footprint than gas cars. 5. Battery lifespan. Batteries degrade over time, but most last 10 to 20 years and come with 8-year warranties. Replacing one can cost $5,000 to $15,000, though prices are falling. So, where are EVs headed? The future of transportation is electric, but it's also so much more. Here's what's coming down the road. 1. More affordable EVs. By 2030, analysts predict EVs will cost the same as gas cars without subsidies. Brands like Kia and Nissan are already launching budget models under $30,000. 2. Better batteries. Next-gen batteries, like solid-state tech, could charge faster, last longer, and use fewer rare minerals. Toyota claims its solid-state battery will offer 750 miles of range by 2028. 3. Autonomous driving. EVs and self-driving tech go hand in hand. Tesla's full self-driving and GM's Cruise are pushing toward cars that drive themselves, making roads safer and commutes easier. 4. Vehicle-to-grid tech. Imagine your EV powering your home during a blackout. Vehicle-to-grid systems let EVs store and share energy, turning cars into mini power plants. 5. Beyond cars, electric buses, trucks, and even planes are coming. Companies like Rivian and Tesla are building electric semis, and startups are testing electric air taxis for urban travel. Now, the big question: should you get an EV? It depends on your lifestyle. Let's weigh it out. Reasons to buy an EV. You want to save on fuel and maintenance. You care about the environment. You have home charging or access to public stations. You love tech and smooth, quiet driving. You qualify for tax credits. Reasons to wait. You live in a rural area with few chargers. You can't afford the upfront cost. You take long road trips often and worry about range. You're not ready to adapt to charging versus refueling. My advice? Test drive an EV to see if it fits your life. Check out models like the Hyundai Ioniq 5, Ford Mustang Mach-E, or Tesla Model 3. Use tools like the Department of Energy's Charger Map to plan. And crunch the numbers, savings might surprise you. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into electric vehicles and the future of transportation. We covered how EVs work, why they're booming, the challenges, and what's next. Hopefully, all your questions are answered, and you're as excited as we are about where driving is headed. If you learned something new, smash that like button and subscribe to AI Pulse for more tech explainers. Got questions about EVs or ideas for our next video? Drop them in the comments below, we read every one. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve, hit the bell icon to never miss an upload. Before you go, here's a quick poll. Are you team EV, sticking with gas, or waiting for hydrogen cars? Let us know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep pulsing with AI Pulse.